TISM Talk.
Hello and welcome to another TISM Talk. It's kind of like a podcast style show talking about autism, spectrum, motorsports, and all things included. Today I want to talk about, well, as I just said, I want to talk about motorsports. I want to talk about something that is a modern thing about motorsports. 20 years ago wouldn't have been a thing at all, but nowadays it's an extremely important aspect when it comes to whether you want to be sponsored or whether you just want to make a run at becoming like a more successful motorsports person. You're going to have this. And that thing is social media. It sucks sometimes, but sometimes it's really great because sometimes you get to meet new people and make new friends, and turns out that there's some really cool people out there. But for the most part, it's just a lot of negative, and it really sucks. And being on the spectrum, I think it makes it a little bit harder. Not trying to make an excuse here, but one of the hardest things for me is when somebody comes at me with a, let's say, like they say something that I see as rude, like, oh, go, like, speed up, bro, or rev it out, bro. I immediately reply with the same general attitude that I get. And I've always done that. Like, if someone comes up and says hello in a nice way, I'm going to reply hello in a nice way. But if I get, it's just mirroring. We do that. I don't really catch the subtleties of people, and you put it in text, it makes it a lot harder. I have to say that no place on earth makes me feel more autistic than social media. And it's just like the people can be so mean for no particular reason. They're so opinionated for no reason. They have such negative things to say, such rude, hurtful things to say for no reason. And I do understand, I think the problem is, and I do understand this, is that you have a just huge mix of ages. So, and testosterone levels, really. You go from people like me who are like mid-30s and just like, oh yeah, just trying to have fun, to people that are like, I don't know, 12 years old and think that they know everything. And it's literally one person to the next. They all have the same general say. It's not like one comment's going to be smaller or less opaque due to the fact that they have, not earned their say. That's social credit, and it's largely considered a bad thing. But it just sucks when I wake up in the morning and I have like 5 comments on a video I posted 3 years ago, and they're all telling me that I suck and basically go die in a fire. And I mean, that's not really what they're saying, but sometimes it is. And then sometimes I get like really nice people. So for me, it's really hard, and I don't ever want to stop riding my dirt bike. There's never days where I'm like, I kind of want to stop doing this. This is hard. Or like, is it really worth it? That never happens. I always want to ride that thing. Like, I love riding dirt bike. I love enduro riding. I love trying to be motocross riding, even if I'm not that good at it. I love practicing. I love techniques. I love everything about it. But there are days that I don't want to do social media anymore. And it sucks too. It's just such meanness. I think it brings out the worst in people. But then I hear stories about how, like, oh, it helps people find their long lost dog or brother, some crazy thing. I know those are two very different things. But I'm like, where is that for me? Where do I get these like really cool stories? Because all I'm experiencing is just like negative. It's been worse lately because there's been a video on Instagram that's been doing well. And it's an older clip, but it's not that old. The issue is, it was a clip of me on my buddy's bike. Basically, I just put it up as a filler. Like, I wasn't trying to stir up the pot. I wasn't trying to do anything. I went outside with my dad's tractor one day, and I just plopped these giant mounds of dirt down, and like an attempt to be like, oh look, they're whoops, because it was a field. I needed some thing in the way to mix it up and make it slightly different. That's all I was doing. I wasn't trying to make motocross whoops. I wasn't trying to replicate supercross whoops. I was just throwing dirt in a pile so that it would replicate some sort of not field-like qualities. That's it. I just wanted it to be a dirt mound. And anyways, I post a video where it's like, wow, it's crazy what difference a week will make. I wasn't saying anything. I wasn't insinuating that I had improved. I wasn't saying that I was trying to practice whoops. All I was trying to say was, wow, it's crazy what a difference a week will make. And I was actually kind of saying like, wow, look at how different the whoops are after a week, because they had been completely obliterated after like I had probably put in like 20 hours or 10 to 20 hours that week of writing on them, and they're just gone. And the internet just goes crazy, and they're like saying like all kinds of mean things, like those aren't good whoops, or you're not a good writer, I don't see any progress. I'm like, what the heck? Like, I literally was just putting that video up because I needed a filler video, because I didn't have any like, in my opinion, quality content. But this has been seen by like 1 million people now, and it does not show my writing off in a good light. And that sucks, because I really wish that people could see the stuff that I'm good at. But I guess what I should be going after is just making motocross riders mad. And that really sucks, because I don't know if this is a ethics thing or an autism thing, but I don't feel comfortable going after that. I don't feel, it feels dishonest and feels wrong to just intentionally anger people in order to get engagement. I guess this is more of a ramble than a TISM talk, but perhaps it'll be insightful, because for me, I don't feel comfortable taking advantage of the internet in that way. And I think that's probably an ethics thing or a morals thing, whichever you prefer to call it. And I don't know, it doesn't feel genuine. I think that the crazy thing to me, and the part that makes this really autism related, is that I didn't intend my 2 biggest videos. I wasn't intending to be or do what the internet thought I was. The one with the whoops I've already talked about. I wasn't intending to say anything about whoops. I wasn't trying to talk about motocross. I just say, wow, what a difference. This is crazy. And then another one that has like 3 million views is where I'm trying to show people to stop trying to pull with their shoulders to do a wheelie, but instead to move their hips forward and backwards. And okay, I didn't think about it at the time. I didn't realize, I wasn't even trying to make this joke, but it looks like I'm like humping the dirt bike. People are like, oh, what's the baby gonna be? I'm like, okay, yeah, that's funny. I'll go with it. But it's not like, I feel like other people, when they put those videos out, they mean to do it. They know from the get-go that they're like, oh, I'm making a video about humping a dirt bike. I had no idea, and it doesn't hurt my feelings or whatever. I'm happy, but I do wish that people would, before like leaving some just ridiculously mean comment, that they would just look at my other stuff first and be like, oh, this isn't like his normal thing. He's on a borrowed bike, which is a smaller bike. In America, it's actually considered a pit bike, which is hilarious, but it's just a smaller bike. Doing things in sand, which he doesn't ride, and doing like whoops or big, like just being out of my comfort zone entirely. And seeing that, and then be like, oh, okay, like now I'll cast my judgment. But instead, they're just, the second they see it, they get like genuinely upset at me, like I'm trying to say something. And I have no idea what I'm trying. I had no idea I was saying that. And that's what I mean when I say the internet, social media is the place that makes you feel the most autistic. Because like, I did not know that's what I was saying. I did not intend to say that. And like, yeah, it's just so obvious that I don't. The internet makes me feel awkward, which I am already enough. But I don't need a bunch of random people coming on there yelling at me to tell me how awkward I am. That part sucks. But when it comes to social media, just keep going, just keep posting, just take the good and like, okay, cool, I'm getting a lot of engagement. I don't really understand why. But whatever, it's all good. It doesn't hurt me. It actually helps me. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this is a TISM talk or a social media ramble, but I feel like it really has a lot to do with, I just don't understand why it is that way. And I don't think many people do. I think it's not just me, but yeah, I'll keep posting. Obviously, I'll keep making videos. I just wish that I understood why something was funny before the internet decided it was funny. Or I wish I understood why people get so upset about on a person they don't know doing something that doesn't affect them at all. And I don't think I ever will. I genuinely don't think I ever will. And I wish that I could read a negative comment and not automatically go to the same place that they were at. And I wish that I could not mirror people sometimes. Like, I genuinely wish that when I read a negative comment, I could like turn it around and be like, oh, thanks for the, but I don't even know how. To me, it's just, I come at you the way you come at me. And if someone says something mean, I'm immediately going right back to the mean, and it puts me in a bad mood, and it really sucks. Yeah, but the good news is that those videos have a lot of views. Whether I intended them to be big videos or not, it's fine. Usually the videos I work the hardest on are the ones that don't do well, and the videos I don't work on very hard, they do better. It's just like I said, the internet is like the biggest reminder to me of what of what I am. It's not a bad thing. Some days it's fine because I'm able to analyze and look at it and be like, okay, I can. But for the most part, I do wish that people wouldn't be so mean. Before I go, I just want to tell one wretched story. I made a comment on an electric bike post about how I think it's really cool because I'm autistic, and I think it's really cool that these bikes are quiet, so it may allow people on the spectrum to ride. Might be more approachable for them. And some dude comes in there and posts a rainbow flag and a laughy face emoji at me. I just don't know why. Like, because electric bikes are gay? Like, one, I don't really see any issue with being gay. So, like, okay, cool. And, like, laughing at me because I have sensory overload issues. I don't know, man. It's just so crazy. And it just reminds me so much of how hard it is for other people that are, like, deeper onto the spectrum than I am. Because, like, I'm not that far. I don't think. I mean, I have moments, but it's just not an inclusive place. So if you're out and about on the internet today, Instagram, Facebook, or whatever the fuck it is, and you see something and you're thinking about leaving a negative comment, just stop. Just be like, wait a second. Maybe this person's doing something that they're not comfortable doing. Maybe this person is trying something new. I'm going to check their other stuff. I can't believe I have to say that, but I do. Because you have no idea who you're sending that comment to. Like, you really don't. You think you do. From one video, from 30 seconds, from 15 minutes, whatever the case may be. But you don't know them. And you don't know how that message could be received. It could be taken as a haha, you're my friend, and it's like a jest. Or it could be taken as a random stranger saying really mean things. It's crazy. Yeah. Just having one of those days where I just like don't understand. And it just makes you feel all the more autistic, and that sucks. So anyways, just be kind, please. Stop with the freaking hate on the internet. Just, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't help anybody. And if it makes you feel better by being a jerk, you need to really consider looking into yourself. But you're not going to be watching this video because you're a jerk. So thanks for watching. If you have any comments, if you're the 1% of people that watch this to this point, thank you, and you want to talk about something, you just go ahead and leave a comment below. That's going to be it for now. Thanks for listening to my ramble.